I've always been drawn to abandoned places, old houses, forgotten hospitals, crumbling churches. There's something about the silence, the way the walls hold on to stories that called to me. One afternoon, I found a small church in the middle of the woods. The path there was rough, littered with rusted cans and fallen branches. As I got closer, I saw the building looming through the trees, dilapidated and eerie. An old well sat in front of it, the blackness inside swallowing all light. When I leaned over to look, I heard it, a faint clicking, rhythmical, echoing from deep down. I couldn't tell what it was, but it held me there, frozen for longer than I should have been. I pushed my fear aside and stepped onto the creaking wooden porch. The double doors gave a low groan as I opened them. Dust choked the air, and light streamed through shattered stained glass windows. Pews were overturned, and the pulpit leaned crookedly at the front. A narrow arched doorway led deeper into the darkness. I followed it to a hallway lined with splintered doors and cobwebs. At the end, a stairway led down to the basement. Usually, basements didn't scare me, but this one did. The open door gaped like a mouth waiting to swallow me whole. I started down slowly. Each step groaned under my weight until one gave way, and I fell hard onto the dirt floor below. My flashlight skittered across the basement, casting shadows that moved like they had a life of their own. Then I heard it. A voice, high-pitched and strange, speaking words I couldn't understand, but one clear word stood out. Hello. The sound came from a hand-dug tunnel carved into the stone wall. My heart raced, but curiosity pushed me forward. The walls were rough, uneven, the flashlight flickering as if warning me to turn back. Then the clicking began again, just like the well outside. 1 click, 2 clicks, echoing, relentless, hypnotic. The voice grew louder, gibberish now, echoing from deep inside the tunnel. I ran. I scrambled up the stairs, careful to avoid the broken step. The hallway seemed endless, shadows stretching to meet me as I bolted through the church and out into the clearing. The forest swallowed the sound behind me. Even the well was silent when I glanced back. I didn't explore any more abandoned places that day. I drove home in silence, the memory of that basement pressing against my chest like a living thing. Weeks later, a friend convinced me to explore a remote farm property deep in the woods. We wandered past fences and overgrown trails, laughing nervously, until we stumbled upon a cluster of old vehicles, luxury cars abandoned, parts missing, evidence someone had been living there. A foul smell rose from a nearby shed, and we joked nervously, pretending it was nothing. Then we heard the gate slam behind us. A van turned onto the dirt road, headlights cutting through the trees. My stomach dropped. We ran. We cut through thick woods, ducking behind brush and rocks, trying to get out before anyone or anything saw us. We reached a massive rundown house at the far end of the property. Hidden behind vines, it looked like it hadn't been touched in decades. I thought we were safe. But then I saw them, a man and a woman sitting at a table. The man's face was featureless, no eyes, no nose, no mouth. Pure white skin stretched over a tiny skull. The woman's gaze locked on mine, and I felt the air shift, heavy and oppressive. She moved as if to block our exit. We ran without looking back, sprinting through the woods until we found the safety of the car. Even then, the images burned into my mind, the featureless face, the tunnel in the church, the clicking from the well. Every abandoned place I visited after that held a new, unshakable tension. Some stories are meant to be left alone. Some doors, once opened, should never be entered. And some sounds, the rhythmic clicks echoing from unseen depths, follow you long after you think you've escaped. Even now, I hear them in my dreams, whispering, calling, and I know one day I might not be able to run fast enough.